Hi, hello, and welcome to my tarot channel. Hope you're all having a great day. Hope you're feeling very blessed and in tune with the spirits, with your angels, maybe some of you with your demons, whatever your thing is. I'm more of a spiritual kind of cleansed person. So, whatever. Everybody is doing what they do. Anyway, enough about that. So, I'm doing a tarot tag today to kind of help people get to know me. That's my point on here. I'm not really trying to do readings for just anyone who sees my channel randomly, but actually trying to have people get to know me if they'd like readings done. Then they can reach out to me. And in person, I love to do readings for people, but my readings I feel are specific to one person. So, Tarot Tag today is called Tarot Academy Awards 2025. First posted by Fairlight Tarot, or at least that's where I saw it. But I believe she said that it's her own Academy Award tarot tag that she did before and years before. So, yeah, with further ado, let's get started. So the first one is Best Screenplay, which is about the guidebooks because specifically. And in order to talk about the guidebook, we'll first get to know the deck. This deck, based off of the Rider-Waite-Smith, is called Before Tarot, and it has cards that are very, very similar to the original, and just have a little bit of a, if you would think if there was a photographer, he just snapped a couple of pictures right before he actually told the actor, get in your pose. I really like that concept. I am an artist, and I don't know, in my family, people love to not stage the picture, but get a picture before, kind of. So anyway, so I really like that. The accompanying book is the best screenplay winner here, Foresight, A Guide to the Before Tarot. And I really like this book because it'll show pictures of the traditional tarot card. It'll show, what the card looks like in this deck. That's a little bit different. And it even shows, I believe there's another tarot deck that's like the after. So it kind of shows you a little bit of a way. It does give you information, a little background to each one. In the back, it even lets you know the cards that correspond with your astrological sign and planets, and even the other things that can correspond, the dates, the cards. It's really helped me to kind of find the information that I need when I'm blanking on something and thinking, okay, what was that? So I like to make it pretty quick, but I like this a lot. Once again, if we want to look a little bit more at the cards, I feel like a lot of them are really just seconds before. There's really not that much difference, but that's one of my favorite there. But a lot of, and the other half is really, we're looking at something like the character in the card kind of got caught off guard. I kind of like that. A little bit of a oops surprise moment. And like I said, the information was very valuable to me when I was a little more learning, but still now, every now and then you forget something and you want to know something exact, at least I do. It's very nice to be able to do that. So there's the first winner, Foresight. Okay. The next category is Best Special Effects. This is one that is visually stunning. I believe is the way that the other Tarottuber explained it. Best special effects, visually stunning. Oh yeah, I guess I could show the box. Necronomicon is the name of this one. This one is quite interesting. It's Lovecraft, and I think we can already see here the pictures are just nice dark and light play. Very interesting. Very fun. This is a very fun one to read with. It's kind of based off of fears, the major arcana, instead of having the regular things, it'll have different fears that we have, from, I don't know, solitude to aliens to slue, all these different crazy things. But I like the way things are in this, pungent lime green. It's very like old horror movie type things, or yeah, just like nice colors, nice fire burning the torches rather than wands. I really like this. It's really fun. The back has a nice stark green and black also. So it's just, it makes it kind of easy, I guess, to see what's going on. The cards have a nice thickness to them too. But if we just look at these different pictures, I really like the kind of from medieval to steampunk type of era and art, like LARPing and things like that. It's very fun for me, very interesting to look at. So I kind of enjoy having something like that. I guess it's one of the main reasons even why I found tarot cards so interesting anyway, with the medieval look that they usually have, at least in the Rider-Waite-Smith. So we just want to show some of that. I know I go through things pretty quickly, but we'll see here. I mean, I love this. It's really fun to kind of explore that, besides of what it looks like, just also a fun experience reading from this. So, okay, yeah, look at that. Look at that. So yeah, so that's Necronomicon. As I said, lots of different fears to explore there, and very visually stunning to me, at least. Okay. The third category, Best Custom Design. So for this category, we have one that I actually picked up quite recently in a nice little tin, the Cosma Visions Oracle. It's a nice handy, we can see how big it is compared to a hand, right? And a nice tin, I love that. But these cards, I don't know if we can pick up on screen the way that the edging is, but the edging is actually, maybe over here you can see, I don't know if you see that. But those colors, the edge is like all sorts of different colors, depending on which way you're holding it. And these cards are definitely something different, the way they go together. So not only are the colors absolutely amazing, stunning, breathtaking, however you want to say it, but also the cool thing about this deck is that they go together. So if you have like a 5 and a 6 of embers, for instance, we have here 5 and 7. But if we had all of them, I think it's this way, it would be, the 6 in between here, it would be connecting. It would be coming together. But it's absolutely just gorgeous, I'd say. Very, very beautiful, very fun to look at. The interesting thing also with this one, which makes it even more of a custom, is instead of having page, knight, queen, and king, they just have 4 different characters, I'd say. I find that quite unique to just kind of give people names and just say this is who you are, and let the reader interpret if you belong in this suit or that suit. It makes it kind of kind of challenging maybe sometimes, but you can kind of see the peacemaker. He has some lotuses around him, so he's probably in the lotus. So the water sign. Oops. But yeah, here you can see they're all on the same landscape, right? There's all except for the major arcana, they are just framed like this. But the other, oops. Yeah, here's some more of the characters that are simply named the Weaver or the Pathfinder rather than the king or the queen of something, right? The Geomancer. But every card is so colorful, like a painting. You know, the sky is kind of that Da Vinci-esque, or no, it's not. I don't know if it's Da Vinci or if it's one of the other painters. Who knows? I do love art, but I'm not a studied person. I'm just an art person. So I love the way these look. Very, very beautiful. Very, very nice. Okay, I think that's enough of it. I mean, there's so many cards, obviously, but I can't show every card of every deck, right? I am like doing this on a phone, so I am not quite as high tech as everyone else on YouTube. Like I said, I'm not really a YouTuber. I'm more of a person that is hoping YouTube is kind of a way to connect to people, you know, at the beginning of my journey of kind of bringing this outward. Anyway, that was that one. I'm really happy with that one. Okay, next category. Best photography. So none of my decks are actually real photographs. They're all pictures painted or drawn or whatever. So I decided to use the Steampunk Tarot because these images really look like a picture. They're very like someone really got a great picture of wherever they are. You know, the angles are amazing. They always tell a great story. They've posed the actor, so to speak, in the frame nicely. They make it very gorgeous. This one I find so easy to kind of get what's going on, you know. And like I said, I also love the steampunkness of it. It's just, they look so amazing in there. The lighting is just amazing. The motion, the wind, the stances, right? The proud stance, the leisurely stance. I love that hanging man. These are just amazing, amazing. Ugh. That needs to be quiet for a bit. So the light, you know, just coming in there. I know this is mirrored, so but hey, it doesn't matter. We know what's going on. Strength, always a good card. See a couple more of this one. I just love the way these are. These are just amazing. I mean, to me, these really look like pictures, you know? Photographs that you just kind of put an art style on to make it look stylized or something. I mean, you can always kind of get a real feeling for the scene. So I really love this steampunk deck. To me, a very worthy winner of the photography award. Okay. Best actor. Now here we have an interesting one. This is one of those categories where it was hard to decide on one, right? I picked Deviant Moon, Patrick Valenza. I actually already have like 3 decks from this guy. I really like, oh, I guess I don't have to shuffle. I really like this. And here, I feel like every card is like the best actor. They always are showing expressions that are very for the mood, you know? The art style would make you think that everyone would be angry or miserable or grotesque, but I feel like in this art style you can really see on the faces what the actor is trying to portray, calling of course the pictures the people in the picture the actor. Beautiful, beautiful. I love every single one of these cards. Once again, I don't think I have to show every single card, but it's hard to skip one. I'd say they're just, I love the different faces, the different expressions, the different shapes of their face. You know, the way they're so happy or so pleading or so angry or so, you know, whatever it is they are. I think it really comes across on these actors. They are really showing what they are showing in their picture. They're really portraying it quite well. So I love that. I mean, like I said, this isn't the first deck that I bought from this guy. And it wasn't the last. I have, like I said, 3. So a very worthy winner again. Best actor or actress. Nondescript. Okay. Now, in the best supporting role, a very interesting one, Jim Henson's The Labyrinth. An actual movie for an actor for an Oscars promotion, huh? The reason I had to pick this is because this is a movie with so many supporting actors, and the way they come across is just so amazing. When I saw this, you know, and you immediately think of that scene with the freaky guys trying to take the main person's head off. I'm kind of confused why that doesn't work. It is like a pips deck, so a lot of the things are just like this, but they have everyone in there, from the little child that she's trying to save to even her dad is in there. That's only in the movie for a very short time, but I mean, you know, they're all the supporting characters that really give me that feel of tarot. You know, they're just trying to help you or confuse you, but you have to be able to read the situation. So I mean, this deck, it just really makes me think about it. You know, it really is helpful to me to kind of see all these amazing actors, and it's nostalgic, of course. I watched this movie when I was little, and I loved it because it's just so odd. I mean, those helping hands when they're just every card on this thing makes me think of that movie. I like know exactly the situation that she's in with those tiles. The guys keep on, you know, putting their hand up and they're turning it and putting it back down. So those arrows are going in a different direction. And it's just so easy to understand how that transfers into a tarot deck, right? Even the mother that's only there for like a minute in the movie. Those funny door guys. Oh, this guy. You know. Actually, those aren't the door guys. The door knockers already passed. And those are the other guy. But still. I mean, the pips are fun to look at too, right? But it's really, this is really those supporting characters that there are so many of in that movie. I mean, you just keep getting to know, you know, the guy at the quite beginning, just never go this way. And everyone is trying to confuse her. Everyone is just, you know, you're not going to have an easy time. And there she is, the main person, the fool. She is on her journey, right? And in this supporting role, though, everyone else is doing so much, where the main person is just a regular girl, and then everyone else is just these crazy individuals. It's just quite amazing, isn't it? Okay, so that one I really felt was the easiest one to decide on. We can just get this back in here. So that best supporting role, and there's David Bowie, huh? Dance down. I just have to think of everything in that movie whenever I see that. Okay, next, best documentary. And who could it be? Do we have a drum roll? No, we don't. It's the Joker Tarot. This is a quite new one that I got. Once again, this has a side, very blue, very shiny. But these are also very, you can see how much they move. They're very slick, very high gloss. But this, as a documentary for everyday life, I mean, these are complete just regular situations. You know, you're getting on a plane. This is not in any other place. Okay, the gnomes is a little bit Goosebumps-esque, but still, you know, everyday life. You got these different normal situations that can happen. You're just the dad taking care of the kids, which is also a king, right? Not just royalty, but also the king of the household. I feel that really can bring situations close to home, close to people, with this great kind of vibrant art style. You know, really bringing these things out. It has a nice quirkiness to it sometimes. It's called the Joker, so there are sometimes clowns, or the characters are simply just wearing a Joker hat for some reason. But it's very interesting how these work out. You know, sometimes you overspend yourself at the casino. Kind of a brilliant little picture for the six, right? Six of Pentacles. I love this card. I actually just had this card in my own reading today. But yeah, all sorts of, you know, some of these are situations for people with money. Some of them are situations for regular people, people a little down on their luck that don't have quite as much. You know, asking for a loan at the bank. It's very, hey, this is just, you know, me taking my GoPro with on my day, my follow me around type of a YouTube day. I really love it. It's quite nice. You know, some people have this, some people have that. So, best documentary there. Beautiful. Okay. Let's put that away. Okay. We are already at number 8. Number 8, Best Director. This is going to be off of cardstock, art style, guidebook, everything, right? This is kind of a everything. We got the Tattoo Tarot, 8 coins Tattoo Tarot. Now this one I really love. Obviously you can see I love tattoos. This is a very nice box. The book is a nice thick book. She has little tabs there so you can find which suit you're looking for. The picture full next to it, the explanation, what she was thinking as she was drawing it. So she's like a tattoo artist. Yeah, and so she's an artist, right? She can draw well, and then she just decided to make her own idea for what she feels she sees in these. And I love that when an artist is kind of putting their own thing in it. You know, you still know what it is, but it's different. It's based off of Rider Waite Smith, but it's based off of her own artistic response to it. Very nice pictures. Even in each picture, she wrote in the corner like what number it is for her as far as which picture she drew first, which picture she drew last. You know, which card hit her first, which card she still had to think about, which I can totally relate with now that I'm also doing my own tarot deck, and kind of same thing as like you think, oh, it's going to be so easy. I know all of them, but then it's like, okay, you know all of them, but you have to join in. And I'm not even an artist like her. I'm like an artist that just kind of likes to doodle. You know, she's obviously like a good artist. I'm just one of those that likes ideas and is inspired by stuff. See, this is maybe one of her first ones. And that's kind of about, well, probably one of my last ones will look like one of my best ones. but I love what was it, the director? Yes. She's the director, and she totally made it quite personal, right? Very, very much. There's a story to the person. I mean, you know, a lot of movies, maybe you don't really know the director, and then there's movies where you know this person directed it. I gotta see it because we know every movie that they've directed. It's kind of that kind of a thing, right? The other decks, I mean, sure, the one I knew, Patrick Valenza, and I looked for another deck from him because specifically I loved it so much. But like, this is one where really it's like, this is the name of the deck is 8 coins, which I don't know. I think it might be that people call her 8 coins, if I remember reading that. I've had this one for a while, so it's been a while since I read it. But these are just beautiful, beautiful pictures, and very much her own idea, her own interpretation, which just makes it so personal, you know? So personal. And I love when there's something new to pick up on in a card, where you can say, okay, I'm looking at this card a different way. I've been taught a new aspect of that card, rather than just what it says in every, you know, tarot book about the same card, about this is always meaning this. And here sometimes you really get a new idea on something. There's just so many. See, this is like so different than the usual 8 of Wands, where it first confused me. I'm like, what is this? And then I realized. Okay. Nice, huh? See, that's kind of a halfway about this death. A little bit of a, I guess it's not, I mean, I wasn't inspired by it. I wasn't thinking of this card, but very similar to a tattoo that I have right here of the 13. Also the 13 and the 17 on my arm flirting with each other. But that was more just because that happened to be what the tattoo artist had, and I said that makes sense. 13 and 17 have always been flirting with me and fighting each other off. But anyway, that is not the point of this. We're not telling personal stories. So anyway, that is my best director. Beautiful. Nice big cards, right? Big cards, good thickness, nice book, and beautiful box. Okay, the last two. Best movie in a foreign role. Now this one I actually had quite a few different options, because I'm German, so I also had a German deck that's kind of Marseille style. I also had a couple of manga decks that I think I'll be using a different tattoo tag. But this one is called Tarot, Mythen und Märchen. So it's actually also a deck I bought in Germany. I have seen this deck here in America, but I already had it in Germany. So the names on this one are going to be in German, der Teufel instead of the devil. But this one is just, not only is it written German names, but this has stories from everywhere. Here, der Magier. So the magician is actually the fairy godmother for Cinderella, right? The Queen of Coins is, I think, is this an African folk tale or something of a woman with this snake? She's like the jungle I don't know. Like I said, I can't. You can't remember every story to every card in 20 different decks, right? Here, Dornröschen, the Hanged Man is actually in this one the woman, the Sleeping Beauty, right? She's sleeping, waiting for someone to wake her up. So there's all these stories from all these different places. This, I think, is a maybe Taiwanese or something story. So this was just the easiest to, I mean, here the beautiful Osiris and Isis and brothers that fight, and the story of Moses. So Egypt. I love the colors on these. This is like a story from India. That one looks like the maybe Buddhist or something type of, maybe also India. Here's one that's Polynesian. I don't know, the colors are beautiful. The stories, this is a Irish one, I think. But yeah, but I mean, to kind of just quickly glance through, there's so many different stories in so many different ways. I mean, this is really just from all over the world, right? It's just amazing, and how many cute little stories there are. And once again, a little story that fits with the seeing King Arthur now as the Herrscher, is that what it is? Yeah, as your what's that in English? The Emperor. Although in my other deck, King Arthur is kind of described as the King of Swords, right? But to have that kind of connection of stories that make you go, oh yeah, that's totally something that I can see. And they have such interesting stories. I mean, all over the world, if you love fairy tales, this is the little girl with the matchstick box, her last matchstick being used in the snow. This is Beauty and the Beast. This is 1001 Nights, or 1001 Tales, or whatever it's called. This is, I think, John Henry, American Folktale. Aladdin. Everybody knows Aladdin. But I mean, there's so many very, very interesting stories. The Force, the songbird that was too beautiful or something. I love the color on these and the art style too. That Hermit card there, my Soul card, very beautiful looking. That beautiful Ace. That Baba Yaga, what a great story, a nice little Russian folktale. Another Egyptian one, the Sun. These guys. That is a great one. Yeah, so for foreign, I mean, this is really like an amazing foreign film, I'd say, if you're seeing it that way. The stories told in this deck are just so interesting, so easy to put into a reading. Okay, and then we have Best Movie in English. And who would it be? Well, I decided on the Vice Versa Tarot, which I don't know if anyone knows what that is, but it's a very, very nice deck that has made the decision to show you the vice versa side of each one. So it gives you another perspective on what is happening in the card. I mean, obviously sometimes it's just seeing the back of a throne, but I mean, it's just so interesting to think of. I mean, some of them really, you get to see like, okay, what is he looking at? Or, it just shows you this the night instead of the day. This one, for instance, is actually the moon card. We know it very much like this, but it just gives you a whole different perspective when it's, I think this is supposed to be the woman from 17 that just is, at nighttime and the moon between those pillars. It gives you, and there she is, and like, what is she looking at? She's looking at a different figure, a spirit of hope, distracting her, and she's not seeing that the water's being poured out because she is like, what is that? Well, sometimes it's just, what else is there to see, There's a rose behind him. Well, he didn't see that. We always think about just those two cups. It may seem like, well, yeah, those two cups, obviously they're two people, they're a rose. But here this man gives us a little insight on different planets. I love this astrology. I don't know if I already said it, but astrology is something I really like to incorporate because I do feel that the planets have something to do with it, with our energies. So, and that is actually this card, 9 of Swords. Quite interesting. There's the 10 of Swords. And we see he's actually not even in there. He's going to be okay. And we see that he is not alone. Someone is already learning. It's good that he learned all this, right? Because he must become the teacher at some point. So anyway, this is really one that made it so good for me. I've had this deck for a very long time. And so this was one of the first ones when I was still learning all this. And it really helped me. As far as just having these extra perspectives, once again, it's kind of just very nice to be able to have something to read, something to learn, especially when I was beginning. I've only been doing this for like 4 years, so it's not crazy, but it is nice to have something like that. So here, I might as well, this is one of my favorite, obviously. That guy that's sitting there, everyone says, isn't it so easy to just go inside if that's all you're lacking? But you'll see even the man that is finely dressed inside, he's also lacking something, right? I mean, that's just such an interesting idea to look on the other side of that window. I just love that. You took a camera and you spun it around like one of those new things nowadays, right? The camera that sees every angle of everything. So I love it. I love it. It's amazing. There we go. Oh, look, there's the last person. This once again one of those where you see who else is in that hall, Anyway, that was my last deck, so I really hope you enjoyed this. I hope that maybe some people will comment, some people will be excited to have a discussion or to meet up for readings, whatever it is. I'm just interested in mix and mingle type of thing. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Like it if you liked it. Have a good day.